Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi, and I am so appreciative of you bringing your great energy and your vibes to this community. So today, you guys, a lot of big energies going on this week. We've got the Lionsgate portal closing. We've got the Sun conjunct in Venus as of the 13th. We've got Venus retrograde is continuing, and now, lo and behold, here comes the new moon in Leo on the 16th. Again, this month is really big energies. So today, like I said in my last readings, I want to start implementing a little bit of the astrology and the meanings behind these astral bodies and these planetary movements, that their energies influence our lives and give us the opportunity to utilize these energies. How convenient for the Creator to make all these cycles and bring all these energies in closer to us. That's kind of a pretty amazing concept when you think about that. But they've been hidden from us and we didn't know how to utilize them. So now that we're awakening, now that we know we're a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience, big difference between the two. Now we realize we're energy, and it's a whole new ball game on learning how to function in this 3D reality that we're in right now. So a little brief history on the new moon. It is in Leo. It's 23 degrees, and it's going to take place on the 16th at approximately 5:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The new moon, I dug into what the new moon was about. You know, we have the cliche stories and myths about new moons, but for myself, I really wanted to understand what a new moon meant. So the new moon marks the beginning of a lunar cycle. It takes approximately 29 and a half days for the moon to orbit our Earth. A new moon occurs when the moon is positioned between the Earth and the sun. So the sun and the Earth are on opposite sides of the moon. It's not a perfect alignment, or that would be a solar eclipse. That's when the moon gets in front of the sun, essentially blocks the sun. But during the new moon, the side of the moon that is facing Earth is the shadow side or the dark side. So that's why if you go outside, you'll have a pitch black night. You won't be able to see the light of the moon because it blends in with the darkness. It's the dark side of the moon, which is really interesting because, just a side note, a friend and I went up to this mountain range for the Perseids meteor shower this past weekend, and we sat in like a national park, and they played the dark side of the moon while we watched the Perseids meteor shower. It was very cool. Just Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. The moon is never continually dark or continually light. It has both day and night, but in half moon cycles. Basically, it gets 15 days of light on one side, approximately 15 days of darkness, whereas the Earth spins faster and gives us partial time of day and light every 24 hours. So what's the difference between a new moon and a full moon? That kind of intrigued me. These are opposites. When there is a new moon, we see the side of the moon that is dark, or the shadow side. So this is where there's no illumination from the sun. But when there's a full moon, we see the side of the moon that is bright or illuminated. So for the month of August, we had a full moon on August 1st. We're having another one on August 30th, 31st, which, by the way, is my birthday. Shout out to all the Virgos this month. We're getting a Virgo season. And then on the 16th, we have a new moon. So 2 full moons and a new moon in the month of August for 2023. These are big energies, you guys. This is a side note too, is that the moon, according to the Farmer's Almanac, shares its origins from the Latin word metri, which means to measure, and mensis, which means month. This is where kind of a female gender's menses cycle comes from. But the lunar cycle has an impact on human reproduction, in particular fertility, menstruation, and birth rate, which is very interesting. Like, those energies are directly connected with us biologically. Melatonin levels appear to correlate with a woman's menstrual cycle. We know that lunar cycles affect human biology by also influencing our sleep cycles, that melatonin that our body naturally produces. We know it affects human minds emotionally and psychologically. I was a charge nurse on an Alzheimer's memory care unit. I had 28 clients, and I can tell you right now, when we had full and new moons, things were batshit crazy. And when you're in healthcare, don't even talk about it. But it's kind of like a myth and kind of funny. It's a full moon. Wow, things are going to be nuts tonight. But the reality is the energies are so increased that the mind of an Alzheimer's patient would be very sensitive to those changes in energy. So that's why those evenings got a little hairy-carry, all right? That's all I'm going to say. So we know now and understand that not only does the energy of the moon pull the oceans and cause the tides, but we know it affects us on an emotional level. We know that it affects us on a physical level, and we also know that it affects us on a spiritual level. So the new moon represents the beginning of a new chapter. Opportunities and situations may pop up during a new moon and be incredibly meaningful and reveal opportunities just right for you to pick. It connects us with our intuition and our emotions. And in tarot, the moon card is number 18, and that symbolizes things hidden below the surface, secrets, or things we cannot see. So the moon's energy, we become more in touch with our intuition. We can see things clearly, intuitively, rather than relying on what we see in the 3D with our physical eyes, opposed to using our intuition, which is our third eye. So this new moon, which is in Leo, is the opportunity to spiritually connect us, to bring us joy, happiness, self-love. It can reconnect us to our life's true purpose according to our natal birth chart and that blueprint we designed for this experience we are having here on Earth. This is a time for manifestation. It's a time for setting intentions, and it's time for writing a new chapter or just throwing it out and writing a whole new book. It is up to us. See you over there. All right, Aquarians, let's see what the energies bring for you today. And we know energy is fluid and ever changing. What we pick up in a reading, you take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I'm using the Dark Mansion deck here, and we are going to pull 4 cards and take a look at the biggest energy this new moon in Leo is sending us. Also, we're going to look at the past, what's ending, the future, what we can expect, and then an overall message from the universe and what lesson we are supposed to learn out of these new moon energies. So first off, we've got here is the Two of Swords in the reverse. Now the Two of Swords, swords are about communication and thoughts. This is Libra energy, air energy, and this is the energy of being at a stalemate or an impasse. You can see a divine feminine character who's wearing a blindfold, so she can't see things clearly to make a decision. This is in the reverse, so she's in a state of confusion when it comes to making a difficult choice. She may feel like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, Aquarians, are you stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to make an important decision for your life or an important choice? Or this could be an energy of someone around you. Let's ask what that choice is. What is this decision about? What is this divine feminine needing to make a choice about? So we've got a King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now this is Pentacles are associated with our material aspects, work, career, finance. This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Now the King of Pentacles upright is a very stable guy. It's a person you can build a life with. He's a confident, warm leader, material abundant, hardworking. I mean, the King of Pentacles is the shahizzle, But in the reverse, the King of Pentacles can kind of have some issues, let's just say. They can be a little overindulgent. They can definitely tend to be workaholics. They could be more kind of financially obsessed about wealth and status. And honestly, the King of Pentacles comes across as being a little stubborn. This character in the picture, he's got a brown beard, and I mean, he looks as stubborn as can be. We asked what this divine feminine was having to make a choice about, and it seems like she's making a choice about a King of Pentacles that is in the reverse at this time. Now, these are energies, they're not genders. So in the past, we're talking about what is ending. What are we letting go of? of? What is this Venus retrograde allowing us to kind of reassess, look at it for what it's worth, take the lesson from it, and then move forward? And I've got the Strength card in the reverse and the High Priestess. Now, both are major arcana. The Strength card is Leo and Aquarius energy. And in the reverse, it's saying, well, what's ending is not having the courage to do what we have to do, not having the courage to say what we have to say, not having the courage to stand up for ourselves. That's what's ending. And with the High Priestess, card number 11, she's the feminine counterpart to the Hierophant, ruled by Pisces. You know, she's psychic. She listens to her intuition. She's very spiritually wise and insightful. She has dreams and visions. She trusts her instincts. You know, when she manifests something, she can see the beginning, middle, and the end of all situations. She manifests things exactly how she wants them to go. So she knows that she co-creates with the universe and is very, very good at manifesting. So in the past, we have a situation where possibly Aquarians, there was a time where you did not have the strength and you didn't follow your intuition. You didn't listen to what your instincts were telling you. You know, you didn't have that spiritual illumination to be able to tap in to your intuition about a situation with a King of Pentacles. Okay, so that's what's ending. It seems to me like now you're listening to your intuition, right? Now you've gone through the healing process. You're more conscious. You're learning how to balance the energies around you, learning how to trust yourself and the choices that you make for your life. And that is, you know, that's great. That's what's ending. You have found the strength. The new moon in Leo is bringing you courage to take steps forward. In the future, you're still trying to make a choice about this King of Pentacles, right? And in the future, I've got the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Now understand, when we talk about the King of Pentacles, this doesn't necessarily have any cards of it being a romantic relationship. A King of Pentacles in the reverse could represent a business partner, somebody you're considering actually going into business with or co-creating something with. So the King of Pentacles just represents something that you're trying to make a choice about that may not be in the exact right energy, and you're not sure whether or not you want to align yourself with this King of Pentacles energy. But we see that in the future, that which is just beginning is the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Capricorn energy, again, this is about the material aspects of life, our work, career, finances. So again, not necessarily a relationship. This looks like with 2 pentacles now, possibly someone's trying to make a choice about a career or finances or going to school or, you know, a business endeavor. And the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse is saying that which is just beginning is that you're learning to balance your relationships with work and career with other aspects of your life. You're choosing in whatever decisions you do, whoever you align yourself with, whether it's in business or it's a personal relationship, you're learning to choose what's right for you based on listening to your intuition and having the strength, align yourself with what is for your greatest and highest good. So this is, you know, seeing that you have an opportunity to make a choice. And about this King of Pentacles energy, you know, you have found the strength to follow your intuition. You're now getting more balanced in your work, life, your career. So the final card, we're going to ask the universe, what is this new moon in Leo revealing to us? Moon, card number 18 in the tarot, is about things hidden below the surface. It's about secrets. It's about bringing things to light, things being illuminated. All right, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, Pentacles, about wealth, abundance, career, finance. We really don't have any cards of relationship or any cards with 2 individuals on it. I really think this has to do with the material aspect of life in this reading. So the universe and this new moon is revealing. And this is kind of funny because if you listen to my Aries reading, it's all about healing the perfectionism wound. And once again, it's actually coming up that it's revealing that our need to do everything perfectly, our need to not fail, our need to strive to have, you know, sometimes it makes us feel inadequate. Sometimes we strive so hard that we neglect these other parts of our lives, and we get imbalance because we think we find validation and worth in how much material wealth or accumulation we have. And what we're finding here in these new moon energies, this sometimes can also be the universe wants us to see that seeking shortcuts, getting quick rich schemes, or not putting the work into something and then expecting results is also to our detriment. We definitely need to make sure that we're putting in an effort into a situation and it's equal give and take. It's balance. What you put in is what you're getting back. It's not overgiving or undergiving. So the universe, I think, is just saying here, Aquarians, with these new moon energies, is that it really isn't a bad time to look and evaluate things in our lives, evaluate our relationship with work, finance, and money, evaluate where we find peace, where we find joy, where we find happiness. Are we having enough of that coming in? Or are we too much being stressed out and working and then coming home on the weekend and just flopping and not being able to do nothing because we're so exhausted? The universe wants us to be in balance in all aspects of our lives. And it looks like you're trying to make a choice about taking on a new endeavor or dealing with somebody in a new relationship that you're kind of seeing may not have some qualities that you're looking for. The universe wants you to do what's best for you. It wants you to listen to your intuition and follow that intuition. And that will lead you to your soul's higher purpose. That will lead you to your greater and highest timeline so that you can have all the abundance. Abundance is brought in by the universe, not by working hard. It's by doing an adequate amount of work and then surrendering and releasing the results to the universe and letting the universe assist you in creating that, assist you in manifesting that desire. It kind of bites us in the ass when we physically or mentally try to do too much work because we're not listening to our higher selves. We're not allowing our creator to co-create with us in our endeavors. We want to do it all ourselves. And we were taught that, well, the more hard work you do, the more you get, the better you look. Your value is based on how much you accumulate, right? How many degrees you have, how much money you have in the bank, how many vacations you take. Well, we're finding out that that's really not healthy, that that's being an imbalanced individual, and that we need to make sure that in all areas of our life, we're equally balanced. Home, life, relationships, spiritual, emotionally, mentally, physically. We've got to kind of do a dance with the energies. So if you guys resonated with this, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that so much. There is on the community page a poll about what you guys would like to hear more about, more spiritual teachings, and I've got a request for about healing wounds, and I've got one on career and money. So funny enough, if you haven't listened to the Aries video, it's about healing the inner child wound of perfectionism. Disregard the labeling on a video. It's just an energy, and all of us have all the energies in our soul. Our natal birth chart has some reflection of every energy because those energies are around us, just where their placement was and how strong of an effect they have on us. So when you're listening to readings, I would do your sun, moon, and rising, and you'll find little messages in each one of those separate zodiac signs. And don't get caught up on the label of the zodiac signs. It's more or less just a way to get the content out there. Eventually, there'll be more general messages about specific topics. But for now, don't be afraid to listen to another zodiac sign. Don't be afraid to like and share your warm energy. That's how our channel grows, so more people can hear these messages. They can spiritually evolve. We can help each other together through this ascension. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. We'll see you at your next reading. Peace.